All right. So yesterday we talked about and learned about the mean. We realized that there's 2 steps for the mean. And we did a couple problems on the mean, which is fantastic. Today we're going to write down the date, 9/13/22. And I am going to teach you, for some of you, review the median. The median. Does anybody remember from last year? Last year, some of you learned the median. Does anybody remember from last year what the median is? Yes?
The average.
That would be yesterday, the average mean. Today we're talking about median. Median. Yes?
Like lower.
No. All right.
Below average.
No. Median is the middle number when the numbers are in order. So median is the middle number when the numbers are in order. Daniel, let's write this down. Everybody write this down. Everybody. Correct. Which is why I don't understand why we are complaining. Michael, let's put that away right now. Thank you. Okay. So, there are 2 steps to find the median. Step 1. Order the numbers from least to greatest. Least to greatest are just fancy words from small to big. So you're going to put the small numbers first and then go all the way to the largest number, okay? You've all worked off with a number line in elementary school. You guys can all put numbers in order. All right. Step 2. Step number 2. Cross out from each end. Now this might not make sense to you right now, but it will once we start doing the process. Cross out from each end. Okay. Really easy stuff. If you thought yesterday was easy, today's easier. Okay, so I am going to give you a list of numbers, and I want you to tell me what is the median, okay? Well, because I'm the one writing it, right? And I know, I know what's coming. It's in my brain already. You guys don't know what's coming, so you're writing a little bit slower, and that's fine. Okay, so here is a list of numbers. Copy this down. 30, 5, 12, 8, and 10. So copy them down. AC's acting funny. I don't like it. All right. So what's the first step? We have to put them in least to greatest. So put them in order. 5.
8, 10, 12, 30.
I always count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Because sometimes, especially when there's a lot of numbers, we tend to like skip one. Okay. We put them in order? Yes. Now the second thing we're going to do is cross them out. Cross out. All right? So with cross out from each end. So from the front, from the back, front end, back end, Richard. Then when you have one right in the middle, so we go like this, cover them up, cross them out. When we have one in the middle, we circle it, because that's our answer.
What if it's an even number?
I will go over that in like 10 minutes. You'll find the number that's in the middle of those two numbers. I was thinking. It's a great question. You'll find the middle number of those two. What's right in the middle? Sometimes, not always. Middle of 10 and 12. Middle of 30 and 50. All right. That's the median. All you have to do is what? Put them in order. Then you have to cross them out. And that's it. Way easier than yesterday. Until I make it hard. You know me. All right. Let's copy these numbers down. 15, 7, 16, 4, 9, 10, and 7. Do you get the same answer if you don't put them in order? No, you get the wrong answer. Always put them in order. So go ahead and order them before I do. You get a head start, please. Least to greatest. Smallest number first. Where does it go? I also, when I start writing them in order, cross them out so I don't repeat them or miss any. So I put the 4, cross it out. 7. There's another 7, right? Do I write both of them down? Yes. So if there's 2 7s, you write them both down. That's why I like to cross them out. So then you start.
I thought that was a 17.
Totally. Okay, so put them in order. Okay, now we're going to go cross them out. All right, go ahead and cross them out before I do. Front, back, front, back, front, back, circle. Front, back, circle. Cross them out. So the median is equal to 9. Are we okay? Pretty easy stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so before I teach you like the next level, we're going to practice this. We're going to get confident and comfortable with this level, and then we're going to make it obviously harder. All right. Yeah, perfect timing. Oh, then we have to glue a bunch of stuff in today, right? We didn't glue yesterday. We're going to be writing more notes down in a minute. Don't put them far away.
Could I just glue them on my notes?
Like, yeah, like here. Where they're not on top of your notes, but next to your notes. Fine. The video didn't load yesterday, unfortunately. I know you were looking for it. I saw that you were doing the do now exactly when we were doing the do now. I saw that you were acting. I'm like, look at, that's so awesome. Okay. I really like this worksheet because it gives you room to show the order, right? So the first thing we're going to do is put them in order. So let's do number 2 together. What's the smallest number? 2. I'm going to cross it out so I don't use it again. Then it's 5. Cross it out. 8, 10, 13. No, this is number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have all 5 numbers. Then after that, you're going to cross them out. Front, back, circle. So you're looking for the number right in the middle. The 8 is in the middle once you put them in order. Have you pause, switch over to this little half sheet. Switch over to this little half sheet. I meant to give this to you yesterday, but you know, life happens. All right, what's the first one we learned yesterday? What's the key word that we learned yesterday? Mean. Okay, what's another word for mean that we learned yesterday? Average. Good. So let's fill those two words out. So the mean, otherwise known as the average set of data. So give you a list of numbers. You're going to find the mean. What's the first thing you do? What's step number 1 to finding mean? Add. So that's a key word that's missing there. Add up your numbers.
Divide.
Number 2, divide the answer by how many numbers are in the set. So that's what we did yesterday. Yesterday we add and divide. Today we just put them in order and cross out. Okay, so what's the first thing you have to do? We have to add them. And your answer is called the sum. So what do you get when you add all these numbers? The sum. What is it? 20. Sorry, I was looking for the actual answer. But you guys are giving me other words, and I love it. I love it because you're still thinking. All right, what do I do with the 20? We're going to divide by what? Why 5? You're correct. Nice, because there's 5 numbers. Good, it's in there. It's in your brain. I love it. 20 divided by 5? 4, which means that your mean is equal to 4. All right, what's the second thing we learned? Well, actually, what's the thing we learned today? Median. Median. The blank number in a set of data. Middle. The middle number. So median, another word for median is middle. The middle number. Okay? What's the first thing we have to do? Put the numbers in numerical order. What's the number one thing kids forget to do? Put them in order. But I know none of you will be that kid. Find the blank number. Middle. Find the middle number. Oops, I forgot the L. Middle number. If you have 2 numbers in the middle, that's what we're going to learn next. If you have 2 numbers in the middle, find the average of the 2 numbers. Okay? So if you have 2 numbers in the middle, you're going to have to find what's in the middle of those 2 numbers. Okay? And I'll show you that in a second. All right, so let's put these numbers in order. Put them in order. First order. All right, try your best. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Andale, andale, andale. Put these in order. Did you put them in order? Are you sure? What's your median? Did you get 3? So 2, 3, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross it. So I go from the cross out for 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back.
Why does it matter? Can't you just do from the back or from?
Yeah, but what I don't want to see is, let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to see this. Like you start crossing too many on one side. You could go back, front, back. That's fine. As long as you go from this extreme to the, like, you know, 1 at a time. Don't do like 3 here and 2 here and then like, oh, get lost. Because I've seen it. Median equals 3. The number one mistake I see in the median is they don't put them in order. That's the number one mistake we see, is they don't put them in order. All right. All right. So just flip open to your notebook. We're going to glue this in. We're going to do some of the worksheet in the back in a second. Right now we're just switching to your notebook, and we're going to do level 100. Are you guys ready for level 100? I love the enthusiasm. It's not.
Are we gonna write a lot so I listen to the page or?
Wasting a page?
No, like I've already written like a bit on this. But,
Yeah, I have about I'm gonna probably fill out my page. I got like half a page left of notes. All right, level 1000, no 100. All right, so let's write. I'm gonna put them already in order so we save time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12.
so we read level 100?
Whatever I write, you write. Yeah. So when you read your notes again, you're like, oh, this is where she started making it a little bit harder. Because these might be the ones that you get stuck on the homework or do nows or whatnot. All right. So we start out the same way. You put them in order. Check. Front, back, oh. Why oh? Because there's 2 numbers in the middle,
Oh my life.
which makes your life a little bit harder.
No, it's 7.
Yeah. Now, there's a reason why I chose this example. It's easy to see, right? Now, it is easy to see on this one for some of you. So you have 2 numbers in the middle. You have to figure out, well, what's in the middle of 6 and 8? 7. Now, some of you can think of and realize, like, oh, it's 7. If I looked at the number line, 6, 7, 8. But what if your number, you end up with like 67 and 153? And you're like, oh no, what's in the middle of 67 and 153, right? And it's like, I don't know, right? I don't even know. So, you already know the answer, right? The answer 7. And it makes sense to you, right? Because it would be 6, 7, 8, right? But what if it's really weird numbers? It's what? 40. How can the number 49 be in the middle of 67?
49. That's the difference.
But does that make sense that 49 would be in the middle of these 2 numbers on a number line? I hope you all like chuckle and know that that answer is really wrong. Okay, so when there are 2 numbers in the middle. When there are 2 numbers in the middle. You write this down. You write this down. Okay? When there are 2 numbers in the middle. So when you're doing your homework and you end up with 2 numbers in the middle that look like this, you can go into your notes and be like, oh, that's right. When she said that there's 2 numbers in the middle, I'm supposed to add the 2 numbers. You're going to find the average, which means add and divide. So I'm going to add 8 plus 6 and get, because these are the 2 numbers, right? So I'm going to add them and get 14. Is that my answer? No, 14 is not in the middle of 6 and 8. So then you do step 2. Divide by 2. Because how many numbers did you add? 2. So what's 14 divided by 2? 7. So your median is equal to 7. Now I understand, like, we already told you it was 7 5 minutes ago. I understand that. I chose an easy problem. But I'm using it to show you what to do, because when it becomes hard, you use this. I know some of you can use common sense and be like, oh, it's 7. I get it. It's in the middle. But now I showed you how to do it when it's not easy. All right, you ready? Okay, write these numbers down. 30, 50, 60, 90. Again, repeat. 30, 50, 60, 90. Write them out. Okay. Small list. Cross the front, cross the back, and then we boo.
54.
Oh my god. 40.
4.
Where'd you get 4 from?
Now, some of you can think of like, okay, if I had $50 and $60, what's right in the middle? 55. If you don't know, or you want to just double check, first thing you do is you add 50 plus 60 gives you 110. And then the second thing you do is to divide by 2. So you take 110 and you divide it by 2. So 2 goes into 0. We're writing this down. 0 times. 2 goes into 11. How many times does 2 go into 11? 5. We're only going to get better at division if we start trying. Not just looking at me, but actually doing it with me. And if you can get to do it before I do it, even better. 5 times 2 is 10. Remainder 1. Bring down the 0. How many times does 2 go into 10? 5. 5 times 2, 10. 0 out, 55. So the median is equal to 55. And then, does it make sense that the number 55 would be in the middle of 50 and 60? Yeah, right? But if you're shouting out an answer like 40, I'll be like, how is 40 in the middle of 50 and 60? Or some kids think, oh, it's 110. All I have to do is add them. And you're like, but you're looking for the middle number. Does it make sense to have 110 in the middle? No. So then you go, oh, I'm not done yet. Or, wow, I'm totally lost. Are we okay with this? No? Well, it will be, this is level 100. There is a level 200. There's a level 2. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you guys do number 10 and 4 on the back side? Number 4 and number 10 on the back side. Just those two right now. They're not in order, so put them in order. They're not in order, so put them in order. Next to it, there's a lot of space next to it. We're not doing all of them, so just do 4 and 10. Do number 4. Do number 4. Use it in your head. Okay.
What's in the middle of
It's a trick question.
It's 9.
So 1, 2, 8, 9, 9, 11, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So double check. As the list gets longer, kids forget to write 1 or 2 of them. Okay, so now front, back, front, back, front, back. Oh, there's 2 in the middle. Trick question. What's in the middle of 9 and 9? 9. And if you don't believe me, you add these two. 18 divided by 2? 9. All right, skip down to number 10, please. Everybody skip down to number 10. This is level 100. We're not, tomorrow we'll start level 200. Front, back, 9 and 13. So what do you do first? Add them. 13 plus 9 is equal to? 22. Let's not embarrass ourselves. What's 22 divided by 2? 11. So in the middle of 9 and 13 is 11. And does that make sense? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So you always want to double check, like, does my answer make sense? Yes, it does. If I were to leave it at 22, 22 is not in the middle of that. All right. What I want you to do, we're not done with this worksheet. We're going to finish it tomorrow. We're going to do, like, the harder ones tomorrow. I would like you to glue in the half sheet. I passed out glue sticks, so we're going to glue this somewhere near these notes. Don't cover up any of your notes. Yes. Yes, of course.